It's good with y'all, man. So today we're gonna be talking about what I do not like about the Madden 23 beta, because pretty much everything I've said about it, I've talked about what I like about it, this and that, this and that. And usually, when we talk about Madden, I feel like we always talk about the things we don't like, and I feel like for the Madden 23 beta, it's been the opposite. We're just talking about everything we do like. So I was like, okay, well, there is still some problems with it. It's a beta. Let's talk about the things that I personally don't like about it and the things that need to get fixed, or I just don't like in general. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First thing is tackling. So basically, like tackling in the game, it's just sometimes it just is really clunky, and guys, remember the whole motto was hit everything. Well, it's more like touch everything, because sometimes these guys just kind of run into each other. They run to the guy with the ball, and there's something weird happens. Sometimes there's really weird things like that happen. And it definitely is a little harder to tackle in this game. Now, that doesn't mean that, that's why it's bad, because it's harder, because dive tackling is nowhere near... dive tackling is not going to be like how it was last year, put it like that. So, but that's not why it's bad. It's because, guys are running into each other. Just really weird things happen sometimes when they go to tackle, and it's just like, I can't even explain it. You just have to see it. It's just strange, clunky, weird things. So that's something I think that'll get worked out when the actual game comes out. So I'm not really too worried about that. Aggressive catching is another one. And basically what I mean by this is, how Madden 22, you could throw one of your guys the ball, you could kind of swerve in front of it, go to aggressive catch it, and you'll catch it. You know what I mean? Especially if you got a bigger receiver. In this game, you can do that, but sometimes you can't. There's times I've kind of, well, first of all, swerving to try to get in front of the ball in this game, it is, I don't think it's very good. I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll swerve, be right in front of the ball, go to aggressive catch it, he doesn't jump, and I throw a pick. that happens 50% of the time it works. I can swerve in front of it, aggressive catch it, and then the other 50% of the time I do it, and either I try to swerve in front of it and he doesn't even get near it, or I get right in front of it, try to catch it, and he doesn't even jump and he gets picked off. So that's another thing that it should be exactly how it was in Madden 22, because it's perfect the way it is in Madden 22. So if I'm right in front of the ball trying to aggressive catch it, there's no reason why I shouldn't jump to catch it. That's basically my whole thing. There's just no reason. Spin moves in Madden 23 are almost unusable. I mean, if you know Madden 22, the spin is everybody's spinning. Now, I'm not saying it should be exactly how it was in 22. Maybe tone it down a little bit if you want to. Personally, I didn't have a problem with it. I don't care. But they really made it to where spins are just almost unusable. They're very bad. The animation, how in 22 you could do kind of a momentum spin where you spin, carries your momentum, and kind of like that. In this game, when you spin, it stops all your momentum, and it really it doesn't really make sense, to be honest, because people in the NFL can spin and still carry momentum. So, I mean, I've tried spins with guys with better spin moves like Lamar Jackson and guys like that, and it's still it's all right, but I feel like they kind of just took spins out the game. And that brings me to the next kind of ball carrier move, jurtling. So it's still the same concept, except when you jurtle once, there's a little delay if you wanted to jurtle again. So let's say I jurtle to the left. Okay, now I'm gonna jurtle to the right. I'm jurtling in and out, in and out, in and out. Let's say that's how it's in 22. 23, let's say, okay, I jurtle to the left. Now I can't jurtle to the right. It's a little a 1 second delay. Okay, boom, now I can. So they put a little 1 second delay in between you wanting to spam jurtles, which I don't know why. It's just kind of limiting your ball carrier moves. I feel like the only thing I really try to do on Madden 23 is just kind of juke. I mean, juking is pretty much the exact same as it was in 22. They said they changed it, but I don't see a difference. I'll be honest, it seems the exact same to me. And that's really all I've been doing. I feel like jurtling is I mean, you can if you want to do one jurtle, it's still good, it's fine. But let's say you had leapfrog and you want to spam it. You know what I mean? This is kind of limiting you a little bit. That's all. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like we should be able to do whatever the hell we want. Talk about abilities here real quick. So Gunslinger in Madden 23 is terrible. So this is basically how Gunslinger in Madden 23 works, okay? You know how it works in the last two Maddens. It basically works as a way to quicken your quarterback's release and basically make sure he doesn't get windups, and it also makes it to where he puts a lot of velocity on the ball. And Madden 23, it's only to where it quickens his release. He doesn't put any extra velocity on the ball, so it's still almost the same as if you're throwing the ball with no throwing ability. It's basically like if you ever use quick draw. It's kind of, well, actually, no, I'm not gonna say quick draw. It's basically you don't put any extra velocity on the ball as if you had no throwing ability. It just speeds up the release a little bit quicker. So in my opinion, it sucks, and it's also 4 AP. Nobody is paying 4 AP for that. In my opinion, that is really pointless. Basically, Pass Elite Elite is going to be the new best throwing ability. It is basically kind of it's the only way to put velocity on the football, and guess what? It's 8 AP. There's absolutely no way in this world that ability, it better not be 8 AP when the game drops, because that's what it is in the beta. And to me, that's bullshit. 8 AP just to put velocity on the ball is stupid. And if that's how it's going to be, then this really probably is going to be a running Madden, because that's just crazy. So that is probably, out of everything I've talked about, the one thing that I really just hate the most. That 8 AP for Pass Elite, and it's really the only good throwing ability. Like, no one's gonna use gun. Who wants to? The whole point of Gunslinger was to, put velocity on the ball and have a quicker release. Okay, now you just have a quicker release, and it's 4 AP just for that. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So that one definitely needs to get fixed when the game drops. Offensive linemen still allow just free guys to come in. Like, I'm not talking about on a blitz. I'm talking about, let's say a guy rushes 3 D linemen. You know what? Maybe even 4 D linemen. The edge guys will literally still just snap the ball and let them come in free. They'll just come in free for no reason. So that's still in the game. And people would say, oh, well, I'll get fixed when the game comes out. I doubt it, because it's been in Madden for the longest. Another thing is when you're doing play actions, basically by the time you finish the play action animation, like you do the handoff and boom, now you're almost stood up in the pocket, not even stood up all the way, you're pretty much going to get sacked. You're going to get sacked. I wouldn't even recommend doing a play action, because the pass rush is so, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't even do play actions. Look, the playbooks aren't finished in the game. You can only run one playbook in, what's it called, Ultimate Team, so I'm just running random plays, to be honest. But yeah, play actions, I wouldn't even recommend doing them, because one, the pass rush is so crazy that's really the reason why. It's just because the pass rush is so insane on there. So just stay away from play actions. Very last thing that I don't really like about 23, the beta, is that you can fumble on conservative tackles. So let's say a guy's just doing a normal wrap-up tackle, but his friend comes on in and he's also doing a normal wrap-up tackle, because you did the gang tackling, right? You can fumble the ball on that. So I don't know, I really don't like that. Obviously if I get hit sticked or I get stripped, it makes sense, you know what I mean? You take a big hit, you're dead. You get stripped, he yanked it out, you know what I mean? It is, you know what I mean? But a conservative tackle where guys are trying to make a normal tackle and they come over, and I don't really like that a whole lot, and I think that's something I'm not sure if they're gonna fix it. I'll be honest. I know a lot of people talked about the tackling where the button comes on the screen. Here's the thing with that, right? Every time that happens, one, the button's always A. The button is always A. Like, just start spamming A, because that is always the button. So let's say you're trying to do a stiff arm, just start spamming A. So that's the thing with that, and I feel like, I don't know, it happens at random times. It definitely happens multiple times during the game, especially if you're running the ball. I would probably say it happens about, if you're running the ball a whole lot, 5 times a game. And I don't know, I feel like it's just, I don't even feel like it needs to be in the game, to be honest. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't like, it's just, I just don't really, I just really don't see a point for it, to be honest. So in my opinion, and that kind of goes back to the whole tackling thing, which is something they've promoted heavily in this Madden. They still got a lot of things to work on it, with my opinion, but look, they got like 2 months. They got all July, they got half of August. Get it right, you got time, fix this. And you know what, if they do, and I would recommend when the game drops, don't drop an update to try to change the game. We don't need a whole lot changed. Just very little things need to get changed. I think this could be a very good Madden. As of right now, like I said, I still like it. I think it's way better than Madden 22 already. I think maybe in the next couple of days I'll drop a video going over everything I like about Madden 23, if you guys like that. But that's pretty much gonna do it though, boys. Like, comment, subscribe, man. If you haven't already, go ahead, drop a follow to the Twitch. The link that's down in the description. We're still playing Madden. We're playing all kinds of games, and you know, Madden 23 comes out, we're gonna be streaming out a whole lot. So I would appreciate it if you could go down there, drop a follow, and also if you want to. If you don't want to, go ahead, don't. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much gonna do it though, man. Your boy is out.